Good evening. With the Ghana Learning Channel's News in Capsule for Friday, December 10, 2021, I am Kingsley Bryan. Here's a look at some of the top stories we will be covering this evening. We'll tell you that the Natural Resource Fund and Local Content Bill to be tabled on Monday as National Assembly comes out of recess. Also, major upgrades to 3 hospitals, Suddy, West Demerara Regional and Bartica hospitals to benefit. And legal Pro Bono 500 initiative launched as Human Services Ministry aims to end gender-based violence. And in news from the region, we'll tell you, American Airlines lands in Dominica to offer direct continental flights between the two countries. And on the international scene, Meta to launch its virtual world. Not yet the Metaverse, but it offers a complete virtual experience. And now for the news in detail. Vice President Dr. Barrett Jagdeo on Thursday disclosed that the necessary laws for the integration of Guyanese into the country's nascent oil and gas industry and for the sound management of the oil monies will be taken to the National Assembly on December 16. The Vice President made the announcement during his feature address at the annual awards ceremony and gala dinner hosted by the Georgetown Chamber of Industry and Commerce, held at the Pegasus Hotel in Georgetown. The 2 pieces of legislation that will be tabled in the National Assembly are the new local content legislation and the proposed amendments to the Natural Resource Funds Act. The 2 pieces of legislation are vital to ensuring the proper management of the oil and gas sector. Dr. Jagdeo noted that the local content legislation is meant to strike a balance in progressively integrating more and more Guyanese workers and businesses into the oil and gas sector. On the amendments to the NRF Act, Dr. Jagdeo highlighted that the government is adamant of its commitment to introducing imprisonment for non-disclosure of revenues coming from the industry and reducing the interface between politicians and oil companies. To this end, he announced that there will be changes to the Oversight Committee, which currently comprises 22 organizations. There will also be a board of directors that separated the subject minister and the management of the fund. And all monies received must be disclosed to the public and published in the official gazette. If this is not done, the Minister of Finance could face 10 years jail time. The National Assembly will return from its parliamentary recess on Monday, December 13. Meanwhile, a US $17.5 million loan is being spent to upgrade and modernize several health facilities in the country, a move that is expected to benefit Guyanese since it will provide greater access to medical services. The 3 hospitals identified for the upgrades are the Suddy Hospital in Region 2, the West Demerara Hospital, and the Bartica Hospital in Region 7. The loan is being provided as a line of credit from the Government of India. On Wednesday, the Minister of Health, Dr. Frank Anthony, relayed to the newsroom that the designs for the upgrades at the 3 hospitals should be completed by early 2022. Once those designs are complete, the projects would go out to tender. Thereafter, the works are expected to begin. There is no set timeline for the completion of these works. The health minister outlined that the upgrades to these hospitals would include establishing outpatient facilities, including accident and emergency sections, outpatient clinics, laboratories, imaging facilities, inpatient wards, and operating theaters. Meanwhile, Dr. Anthony also highlighted that the ministry is focusing on upgrading health services in other parts of the country. Already, 5 hospitals are being upgraded through the US $4.2 million Smart Hospital project. With this project, the hospitals are being converted into climate-resilient facilities that use more solar energy and store water. The Diamond Diagnostic Center in Region 4 and the Lethem Hospital in Region 9 have already been upgraded as smart hospitals. He added that works at the Lenora Hospital in Region 3 and the Mabaruma Hospital in Region 1 are expected to be completed before the end of 2021. Works are presently ongoing at the 5th targeted hospital, which is the Paramakatoy facility in Region 8. Also, the Ministry of Human Services and Social Security, as part of its mandate to end gender-based violence and specifically violence against women and girls in Guyana, is on a mission to build programs geared towards providing efficient and effective services to victims of gender-based violence. Access to free legal services by victims can diminish the losses experienced by women, children, families, and communities in terms of productivity, educational achievement, to name a few, and most importantly, help break the cycle of violence. To this end, the Legal Pro Bono 500 initiative was conceptualized by the Minister, Dr. Vindya Prasad, to expand the provision and reach of free legal services to persons experiencing gender-based violence. To better effect change and to formalize their commitment to the initiative, the Bar Association of Guyana and the Ministry of Human Services and Social Security signed on to a Memorandum of Understanding on December 9, 2021. The Memorandum of Understanding outlines their respective obligations and responsibilities to the Legal Pro Bono 500 initiative. This includes the Bar Association's commitment to providing pro bono legal services to 500 gender-based violence victims. The Memorandum of Understanding was executed by Ms. Pauline Chase, President of the Bar Association of Guyana, and Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Human Services and Social Security, Ms. Shanielle Hussein Autar. To ensure that this initiative is effectively managed and is sustainable, the Ministry of Human Services and Social Security has engaged United Nations Population Fund under the Spotlight Initiative, the global initiative funded by the European Union to end violence against women and girls worldwide, to provide funding and technical support through the establishment of a legal pro bono referral department within the Ministry of Human Services and Social Security. At the ceremony, the minister acknowledged the contribution of the Bar Association of Guyana and thanked them for hesitantly participating with the ministry. In her speech, the president of the Bar Association of Guyana noted that initiatives such as these do not imbalance the scales of lady justice, but rather assist in lending balance. The Legal Pro Bono 500 initiative will be operationalized in January 2022. And in the world of sports, the long-awaited Yearend football tournament hosted by the Ghana Football Federation in partnership with Kashif and Shanghai organization will commence matches today, Friday, at the GFF's National Track and Field facility at Providence. Starting what is anticipated to be a thrilling 10-day tournament will be the West Demerara football against Georgetown Football Association with a matchup starting at 15 hours. The official opening ceremony will take place on Sunday when Western Tigers face the Rupununi All-Stars at the GFC Club from 20-30 hours. Co-director of the KNS organization, Kasif Shanghai, had stated that while there has been a long layoff from football locally, he still expects great rivalry among the teams and players as they put their best foot forward, given the Golden Jaguars will return to action in 2022. The event is a vaccinated event for all participants and fans. The first prize is set at $2 million, while second place will receive $1 million. The third and fourth place finishers will cart off $500,000 and $250,000 respectively, while each team will receive a $200,000 participation fee. Among the tournament sponsors are Basif, Namilco, MVP Sports, Fitness Express, Grand Coastal Hotel, Pegasus Hotel, Secure Innovations and Concepts, Jai Signs, and Mohammed's Enterprise. And that's so is extracted and modified from the Guyana Chronicle. And in news from the region, Dominica welcomed its first direct continental flight from the United States via American Airlines. The flight, operated an American Embraer ERJ-175 aircraft, arrived at 3:21 p.m., 4 hours after taking off from Miami, Florida. On board the inaugural flight to Dominica were 72 passengers, while the turnaround flight, which departed an hour later, had 70 passengers. The twice-weekly year-round service will expand to 3 times a week on January 10. A kickoff ceremony was held at Gate D55 in Miami Airport, with speeches from island officials and gift packs for passengers, while a water cannon welcomed the aircraft in Dominica. Minister of Tourism Dennis Charles is elated about the milestone. Open quote, "This new service will be a game changer for our tourism industry in Dominica, as it will allow direct access from the U.S. mainland, one of our major source markets," end of quote. Childs also noted that the momentous event affirms the value proposition that Dominica has as a tourism destination and will contribute tremendously to attaining the target of 200,000 stayover visitors by 2025. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerritt thanked American Airlines for the collaboration and hoped for a long and mutually beneficial partnership. Discussions with American Airlines had been in the works for 4 years, even as the carrier was adding more point-to-point service throughout the Caribbean from its hub in Miami. And that story was extracted and modified from Caribbean News Now. And on the international scene, Meta is bringing its vision of a so-called metaverse closer to reality. The company, formerly known as Facebook, said Thursday that Horizon World, a free app for socializing in virtual reality that has been long in the making, is now open to anyone 18 and older, with a Quest 2 headset in the United States and Canada. Horizon World is not a fully fleshed out metaverse. That hard-to-define concept refers to efforts to build a wide-ranging virtual realm that people can walk around within via digital avatars and interact with others who are also there virtually. But the launch is one of the biggest efforts the company has undertaken to popularize virtual reality and virtual socializing since its purchase of Oculus in 2014. In Horizon's world, headsets-wearing users can meet up with friends and new people, play games, and create their own worlds. Users, who appear as heavily customizable but legless avatars, can move their actual fingers and hands to gesticulate in virtual reality. And their avatars' mouths appears to move in likewise ways as they speak. In hopes of keeping harassment in VR to a minimum, Horizon Worlds records the last few minutes of each user's activity on a rolling basis, overwriting it over time. That footage will be included if a user submits a report of a negative interaction with others in the app. With Horizon Worlds, Meta hopes to push VR from a niche technology with uncertain use cases beyond gaming and entertainment to a mass market medium. Socializing in VR has long been a goal of many VR headset and app makers, but no company has yet succeeded at getting a massive number of consumers to both buy headsets and show up repeatedly in the ways we do with, say, social media sites on our smartphones. And that story was extracted and modified from the CNN. And that's our news broadcast for Friday, December 10, 2021. Please join us for a rebroadcast tomorrow morning. On behalf of myself and technical teams, thanks for watching. Please stay tuned to our regular programming. And remember to observe all the necessary precautionary methods to fight off COVID-19. Also, please get vaccinated. It's the only known and safe way to fight the virus. Have a safe weekend.